Local government impacts our lives on a daily basis, more than Washington politics ever will. My name is Eric Schwank, and after attending numerous village board meetings over the past year, with low attendance and at times being the only non-village employee or elected representative present, I decided to start this video series in hopes to increase civic engagement. My goal is simple. I aim to provide you with a recap of the decisions that our Mundelein Village Board, our elected representatives, made at their most recent meeting, and I'll aim to do this in a non-biased way, just the facts. Knowing that we all live busy lives, I'll aim to accomplish these videos and relay the facts in about 3 to 5 minutes. The Village Board kicked off their meeting right on time, at 7 p.m., and the board rolled through the first agenda items very quickly. These included the Pledge of Allegiance, approval of prior minutes, and a quick procedural motion to move presentations and awards into the mayor's report. During public commentary, we heard from 3 individuals. First up was Daniel Dittich, the Illinois State Representative from the 59th District, who represents portions of Mundelein, including my neighborhood. He provided a recap of the recent and pending items facing the legislature, including a minimum wage increase, progressive income tax, and the legalization of recreational marijuana. Next to speak during public commentary was Pete, who gave kind words to the village's public works and public safety departments, who have worked hard over these winter months, and especially during the dangerously cold conditions in early February. The third and final address to the board came from a resident who is concerned about a portion of sidewalk near Cambridge Country and its necessary pathway for students to walk to Carl Sandburg and Mundelein High School. The path is not being cleared of snow by the school, village, and an HOA doesn't exist. She is asking the village for help to clear the path so students can safely walk to their local schools as they live too close for bus service. During the mayor's report, there were quite a few appointments to various commissions. These included the following. Paul Donald Parmalee was appointed to the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners. Wendy Frazier, Gary Gunther, Sean Kalaki, John Schockmel, Karen Walsh, and Ann Walker were appointed to the new Mundelein Historical Commission. Michael Flynn was appointed as the chairperson of that commission, and those present took their oaths of office. There was a brief discussion about voting to add additional members to the Historical Commission to allow for smaller committees within the commission. Ultimately, the board decided to wait and let the commission meet first. To conclude the mayor's report, the board heard from Granicus on a potential redesign for the village's website. Granicus currently handles a portion of the village's web infrastructure that catalogs meeting minutes, agendas, files, and videos. The proposal brought to the board for a presentation and not a vote included a slideshow detailing how a redesign might look, how it would occur, and the timeline to accomplish the site, about 4 or 5 months. Village Administrator John Lebedo mentioned that the contract talks were underway and that a contract may be ready for presentation to the board by the February 25th meeting. As of the filming of this video on February 19th, there are no requests for proposals from the village regarding a website redesign. The board quickly recessed into a liquor control meeting, and the board, who also double as liquor commissioners, quickly approved minutes from their prior meeting and then heard a request from Matt Goodwin at the Office Clubhouse. For disclosure, I am filming this video in a conference room at the Office Clubhouse, and I'm paying for this space today. The board will need to create a new subset of liquor licenses for co-working spaces. The board asked several questions of Mac and his future business plans before reaching consensus for Mac and the Office Clubhouse to move forward with acquiring a liquor license. After adjourning the liquor control meeting and reconvening the village board meeting, next up was trustee reports. The board heard a few motions regarding proposed variations for a garage at 710 Norton Avenue. Ultimately, the board voted to approve the garage with restrictions. The board then heard 3 other motions regarding a special use permit for Don Beto Lawn Services, and those motions passed as well. With no report for the Public Works Committee, Finance was up next. 2 meeting calls were presented to discuss the fiscal year 2020 budget. The finance meetings will be held on April 15th and April 22nd, both at 6 p.m. Additional meetings will be scheduled if needed. The first motion regarding bills was to pay 2 separate invoices to AT&T and AT&T Mobility totaling $9,554.84, and that motion passed. The next motion was for payment of bills from January 29 through February 11th in the amount of $583,645.31. That motion passed as well. The Public Safety Committee was up next, and there were 8 motions in front of the board. 7 of those 8 were labeled as housekeeping. All motions passed 5-0. These included a restriction on parking to the west side of South Garfield Avenue from West Orchard to West Cortland. This was the result of a resident's concern, and the police department conducted a study and recommended this change. Other motions amended or pertain to animal control, parking, creating an administrative adjudication system, offenses, peace, morals and safety, boating enforcement and penalties, violations and penalty, and payment of fines for minor offenses. With no reports from the Building, Transportation, and Infrastructure Committee or other trustee reports, the board voted on 2 items on the omnibus vote list. These items pertain to changes to the downtown chapter of the zoning ordinances and a liquor license at Original Omega. During the village staff reports, Village Administrator John Lebedo mentioned the Business Appreciation Breakfast on February 21st. There were no other reports, and the village attorney noted the need for an executive session to discuss land acquisition or sale of property. The village board recessed into a closed meeting or executive session at 8:38 p.m. It's my goal to make these updates as factual and concise as possible. It's important that the residents and constituents in our village know the happenings in our town's government, even if they don't have time to watch an hour or 2 worth of video or read the board's minutes. I hope you found this video useful. I'm Eric Schwenk, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.